So in this video, I'm going to explain what the start and end transition means. If it's not showing, you just click on the trim down arrow and you can see it. So as you remember, we've edited these to actually fit right in the square, which it should have. It's a bit off there. Okay. So now it fits perfectly, top and bottom. Now this is the start. If I click on the end, you can see it's back to originally how it was placed at the beginning. Start and end is just basically the start of your animation and the end of the animation where you want to be at. So put it another way, transition is the animation based on three properties. That's position of the object, scale of the object, and opacity of the object. By default, the start is showing, but it doesn't mean you have to actually replace the image to where the start is. You can just click on the copy start buttons here, copy start for the position, copy start for width and height. And that basically copies the all the values from the start, and that works both ways. If you've done something for the end position and you want to make the start the same dimensions as well, just click on the end, copy end, and vice versa would happen. So the start and end right now is exactly the same. So what if we start out the at the start with a zoomed in on our face? I'll use this slider to get that effect, and then the end, it'll be the full screen. Now under the page menu, there's a preview page, so you can see what's happening with the animation that you're doing. As you can see, nothing really happens. It just ends up right at the end stage, and the reason is because you didn't put in a time for it to happen. If it happens in 0 seconds, then that means it just ends up at the end. So what if we put in 1 second? These are seconds, a 1 second duration. If we preview the page now, you can see that it zooms from large to small. You hit the X to go back there. Now, what if we start off with an opacity of 0 and then end off with an opacity of 1? So 1 is 100% and 0 is basically invisible. Now, if you want like a 50%, you would go 0.5. This I think we have to type in 0.5. There's a bit of a bug there. But let's see what 0 looks like. You can see though it's sort of a fade in. Now if people have used Flash or any editing video editing software, you'll know what ease in and ease out is. Easing is the whatever action fading or moving. There's a slowing down process at the end of it. So if you want the slowing down process at the end of it, you use ease out. If you want to ease in, meaning it slowly picks up speed, you pick ease in. And if you want both slowly easing in and easing out, you pick the last one. I prefer the easing in and out a lot of times just because it sort of smooths out the action. So let's view that again. So that looks good. I'll try it with a 0.5 on the start and see how that looks. So yeah, so not much of a fade in. It's mostly faded in already at the beginning. So let's bring that opacity back to 0. So you can see, as you can see right below this, these values, you have a set. So basically, when you hit the set button, it locks the position of it, so you can't actually screw it up if you hit it accidentally. Same for the end. If I hit the set button, it prevents it from moving. We're just going to unset it for now.